Hello everybody, this is Professor Gruhn and welcome back to Learning MySQL. And this week we're in Module 3 but Chapter 4 of the book. By now you guys have spent a lot of time working on your UML diagrams for your database. You've all submitted your database design from creately.com for your first draft of your database. And for most of you, I've asked you to make some changes. Make some changes and then go ahead and submit the PDF for the database changes you've made with Creately. Do an export and then submit them as submission number 2 for module 2 for that assignment. One of the questions was asked about Creately. It doesn't look like you can create multiple databases on the free version. What you can do is just create one project called My Project or CSC230, and you can create many UML diagrams for different databases. Say if you have a car database or a sports database or just different databases. And matter of fact, it might even be interesting to create a UML diagram for the accounting database that is given as an example in the book in Chapter 4. As a test. But so go ahead and make those changes on creately.com and submit them as part of submission number 2 for module number 2. From there, you can go ahead and start digging right into Chapter 4 Module 3 assignment, which is this video that you're watching now. The first, pages, 71, I think? Yeah, pages 71 to 100 is the book, and pretty much up until page 91, the first 20 pages from 71 to 91, it doesn't have a lot of hands-on, do this, do that, but it's describing a lot of very important, the author is describing a lot of very important things that you need to understand when you create a table. And primarily it's about the types of data that are within a column. Talks about text type fields and different types of text types, numeric type fields, different numeric types, and date type fields. What I've done is on the assignment homework sheet, I basically have given a question and a place for you to answer, a question and a place for you to answer, and told you what page the information is for that question. And there's a few places I even asked you to use your command window, go into MySQL, and issue a couple of the commands that he talked about, even though he didn't give you an exact example. So the first thing that I suggest that you do is to open up the Word document that is the homework assignment for this module and read it. Read it from beginning to end so you understand what's going to be expected of you. It's divided up into 3 sections. The first section is the first 20 pages of the chapter, which is this kind of question and answer, read it, understand it, answer the question, read it, read the page, understand it, answer the question. The second part, which starts at page 91 and goes to page 100, the author walks us through creating a 4-table database called accounting. He's referenced the accounting database and the tables in the earlier pages, but then you actually get to create the database and the tables. From there, you should be understanding and learning some principles and approaches that you will then apply to your own database. So the first part of the assignment is the first 20 pages, question and answer, a couple of screenshots. The second part of the assignment is do the work that he walks us through from pages 91 to page 100 in creating the database, the tables, and the columns and all of that. And then what's interesting, he also talks about the alter command. So say if you forgot a column or if you mislabeled a column or you mistyped a column, you can change that. He also talks about the drop database and drop table command. So on page 99. So what I don't want you to do is drop your accounting database after you've done all that work. But what you can do is I walk you through and I issue, I think there's 5 commands and then do a screenshot where you create a table called Fred with an ID and then you show tables, create the table, show tables, drop the table, and then show the tables. So that way you can just go through that. If I don't need this table at all, I can drop it. By the way, if you have data in that table, you lose all the data. So think about dropping it off of a cliff, never to be seen again. From there, the third part of the assignment basically is now create your own database, create your own tables based upon the UML that you've created and designed. One of the things that I'd like to recommend to everybody is scale back your designs. Don't you've heard me say it before in the Python class. Don't try to build a space shuttle. Let's just make a paper airplane. If you have a 3-table database with 4 columns, 3 or 4 columns in it, in each table or a couple of columns, that's all we care about. Right now we're just trying to learn the principles of using and creating tables and getting them to relate one to another. So a lot of you have some really lofty ideas on some big mega databases. Just stop that. Just cut it out and make your life easier. And quite honestly, you'll make mine easier as well. But more important, you'll learn the principles. I like to teach in the term of Lego building blocks. And what we want to do is we want to be able to learn how to create and use these building blocks. And if we understand how one building block works, then we can build on another building block and another building block. And then as we get more experience, we'll learn how to use them all together. Don't try to create a space shuttle in this class. Let's create a paper airplane that works and flies. So that's the goal. Read chapter 4. First of all, download. I even recommend printing a copy. It's a 6-page homework assignment, so it's pretty lofty, so it's going to be a lot of screenshots. You don't have to print a final copy of it for yourself unless you want to as a cheat sheet and a resource, but I'd print it out or at least have it available on your screen. Read the 6 pages so you understand what's going to be expected of you. Then read the chapter, doing the assignment along the way. The first 20 pages are question and answer with a couple of screenshots. The last 10 pages are creating the accounting database. And the final part is you creating your own database. And what I don't want to see is I don't need to see all your create statements. I don't need to see every single screenshot that you issued with all the errors and everything else. All I want to see at the end is I want to see a command that says use your database name, show tables, and then describe each table. So if you have 4 tables, 3 tables, do a describe and then that table name. That way I know that you got there. I don't care how you got there. I don't need to see any screenshots of your process because I'll understand that you understand the process by your end result. And so that's the goal on that last part, is to have a use database name, show your tables, and then describe each of the tables. And let's try to get this done. I'm going to set a date for Thursday to get it done, but if it gets done Friday, Saturday morning, it'll be okay. And I'll have Chapter 5 hopefully up there and ready for you to go by Thursday or Friday of this week. I think we're going to be okay. We're going to get caught up. We fell a little bit behind because of some stuff I had going on, but I think we'll be okay. Get your submissions in for your UML diagrams for submission number 2 as soon as you can, and I think we'll be good to go. Keep the chatter up on the discussion boards, keep asking questions, keep helping each other out. That is great. You guys have been doing super. And if you're falling behind, if you're struggling, if you don't have your UML and your database design done by Tuesday, you're in big trouble, and you really need to talk to me and to get moving, or you're going to struggle in the class. This is a short class. Okay, everybody, have a great night, and we'll catch you later. Thanks.